Today we're going to get to work on my Hello Kitty zombie for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Now this is not going to be the only one that I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go pick up 3 or 4 today somewhere. I don't really know where. I mean, maybe this video, it's going to kind of be like let's get her painted video versus maybe like let's go hunting video. I don't really know where this video is going to go. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. My name is Wayne, and this is Wayneko. Now, like I was saying, I don't really know what direction this video is going to go. We're going to get an overhead shot here in a little bit, and I'm going to start getting her painted into her zombie form. So I don't know if you watched the video where I talked about I was going to paint her into a zombie, and I'm going to do like 3 or 4 other customs for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway that'll be coming up soon. Maybe I'll announce it in this video, maybe I won't. I'm kind of like playing it by ear to see when I'm going to hit that number so that we don't start celebrating too early, right? So it'll be a little after we hit the 1,000 subscribers, but somewhere in there. I'm going to get all of this set up, but before I get this set up and we get started, I kind of wanted to be real with y'all. I kind of wanted to have a one-on-one conversation with you. I kind of want you to understand something. So I know my last 3 or 4 videos have been kind of slow and they've been kind of dragging and my energy's been kind of low, and I want to explain that, right? So instead of answering questions in the comments and stuff, I just kind of want to explain it. So I moved from Georgia to Indiana. I have really severe sinus problems. So moving from Georgia to Indiana was a blessing. Okay, so Indiana doesn't have like sinus. They don't have pollen, right? So we don't have pollen here in Indiana like you have in Georgia. It's a completely different, like, altogether. But for some reason this year Indiana had some really strong pollen, and it gave me a sinus infection. So I have been fighting with an sinus infection now for probably a little over a week. So I mean, so that's why it's been like 3 or 4 videos have been like slow, and it almost is like I don't have nothing to talk about. Well, it's because my head really hurts, and I'm trying to just take over-the-counter medications to fight it through myself. But I mean, if I can't get through it here in the next week, I'm going to call the doctor and I get him to call me in some antibiotics. But I just wanted to like level with y'all and get real on what's going on, so that you don't think that maybe I've lost my excitement. I haven't lost my excitement. I just got to get past the sinus infection, and everything will go back to normal. So I appreciate you for sticking around. Let's get her started. So over the past decade or so, most of your airbrush paints have moved over to a water-based paint. That's no real big secret. I mean, for the most part, everybody knows that. But there was a lot of skeptics, including myself, when they started moving over to a mass majority of water-based paints. I'm going to be honest with you, I really like my water-based paints. One, they clean up super easy, so there's very little mess when it comes to cleaning these things up. And 2, they're really good for the environment. I mean, you don't have all the toxics and chemicals and all of that stuff going into it that you would typically see or have in some of your other paints. I mean, so that's the reasons why I like it. Now, there's probably lots of reasons out there why people don't like it. I've heard more reasons than I haven't why people don't like it, but that's my reasons that I do like it. I mix that way too thin, so I'm gonna have to take some of that out of there, or I'm gonna have to add more paint to it, and I'm kind of trying to decide which one it is I'm gonna do. So I don't know if y'all can see her changing colors on this camera, but she is clearly changing colors, which is kind of awesome, to be honest with you. All right, so far that's working just like I thought it would. We are going to get her nice and green like a zombie, or what I think a zombie is, right? So let's be pretty clear on this. My version of a zombie and your version of a zombie could be 2 different zombies. Now, my version of a Hello Kitty zombie is going to be a little bit of green. She's going to be a little bit of green, and she's going to have a little bit of darker greens in her. It's going to be a very cartoony version of a zombie. It may not at all be what you consider a zombie, but it's going to be what I think the Hello Kitty zombie would look like. And I'm going to take my time with her. I'm not going to get in a hurry. I'm going to take my time to get in all the little nooks and crevices, and then I'm going to darken up some places, like right in here in her ears. I'm going to darken those up on the inside. so that you can clearly see that there's a green hue going on. And then right in her arms, we get a little green in there. Now remember what I said, I'm gonna come in here in a little bit and I'm gonna like make some red into her hands, just on the end of it, so it looks like maybe she's been eating something, right? We don't want it to look cheesy, right? So we're not gonna do her like all red in this like gross manner to where it looks cheesy. We're going after high-end customs here, and I've never tried to make a custom. And when I was thinking about this giveaway, I thought about the ways that I could do things that would be personal, right? That would be more that you may appreciate more than maybe not. So I came in with the idea that I could do some customs, and maybe you'll like them, maybe you won't. If you don't, you know, maybe I'll offer you something else if you don't want the custom. I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to do that though, because I start opening that up, and then suddenly people, and then it gets crazy. You know what I mean? So maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to like stick to that. This is how we do this. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I guess finding something that is completely a circle that will fit what I want is kind of difficult. So I guess I'm going to skip that process, and we're going to do it freehand. Now, I don't know how big of a fan I am of doing it freehand, because it is such a little thing, but I think I can pull it off all the same. So I'm going to just kind of come in here and just start right around the eyes and just get it darker and darker and darker and darker until it fits what I want. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and that's what we're just going to see how it works. I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? Now, I know that there's a lot of us out there that are really not into custom pops, and to be totally honest with y'all, I'm not 100% into a custom pop. I am, however, 100% into giving y'all something that is from my heart, that is special to me. So because the 1,000 subscribers is so special to me, I want this to be a special occasion. So I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna make these pops, I'm gonna sign the side of the pops. I think I'm gonna sign up on top of it. I'll put up on there somewhere, Wayne, you know, 1 of 1, or Wayne 1 of 2, or however many it is I make. But I can tell you right now that this Hello Kitty is going to be a 1 of 1. So there just will be no others out there that I have personalized of Hello Kitty. I do have some great ideas for some Guardians of the Galaxy that I'm going to get, and I'm going to do like a whole like universe type theme on them to give them this galaxy look, right? You know, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to try and give them a galaxy feel. Down too much paint at one time, because what'll happen is my paint will start to run, and as that paint runs, then suddenly it's all kind of messed up, and I don't know that I could fix it. So when you're airbrushing, sometimes you just have to do things real nice and slow. I mean, you take it slow and you take your time, and it all works out in the end. I mean, but a lot of times when it comes to painting, the paint is simply about taking your time, not rushing what you are doing, letting it dry or not letting it dry. You know, Bob Ross does a lot of his paintings that are all considered a wet painting, which is kind of unique to the painting world. He was not the inventor of that. I think there was another guy that was actually the inventor of that got rather hurt late in life because he taught Bob Ross how to paint, but Bob Ross didn't give him credit. I don't know. There was a whole bunch of stink on that for a while. I don't really get into that, you know, because I don't like negative nonsense. So I don't get into a whole lot of that. Right here. So this one is red. So this is Street Dabs. This is by Montana Colors. This is a really, really, really awesome spray can company. Now, it's kind of expensive to buy their stuff because they are a specialty company. So you just don't see a whole lot of their stuff like in the market unless it's in a graffiti artist's hands. Now, as you can see, like I said, that really to me looks like a blood red. That looks like a really, really, really strong blood red. And I'm gonna put just a little bit like in her hands to like give her this like different kind of look. And you see it did exactly what I wanted it to do. So it did this kind of smear thing that I wanted to see. We're gonna do a little bit down here, not a whole lot, and then I think maybe I'm gonna do a little bit like in her mouth. I don't really know. We'll see. I'm gonna see how it looks here in a minute to see if that's like a path that I want to continue down. So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you dig this Hello Kitty zombie as much as I do, because I think she turned out really well. I like the greens in her. I like the green under her eyes. I like the little bit of blood splatter that I got going on there. Like I said a second ago, throw in a comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if this is something that you're into. I'm into it. I almost, don't want to give it away. I'm so into it. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. Guys, there is no Wayneko crew without you, and I truly appreciate you for watching. Thank you. Till next time.